Cheers, and thank you, Vanessa and Terry Walton. Brilliant. It was great. Tomatoes. Friday, 2nd of August 2019, and live till 5. It's the big show. It's Steve Wright in the afternoon. Hello. It's a Jocking day today.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. Now playing everywhere.
I've got two strong arms, blessings of Babylon, time to carry on and try for sins and false alarms, so to America the brave. Wise men say near a tree by a river there's a hole in the ground where an old man of iron goes around and around, and his mind is a beacon in the veil of the night. For a strange kind of fashion there's a wrong and a right, but you'll never fight over you. I got plans for us, nights in the scullery and days. Instead of me, I only know what to discuss. Oh, for anything but right. Wise men fighting over you. It's not me you see. This is a Valentine and just a song of mine to keep from burning history. Seasons of gasoline and gold. Wise men fall near a tree by a river. There's a hole in the ground where an old man of iron goes around and around, and his mind is a beacon in the veil of the night. For a strange kind of fashion there's a wrong and a right, but you'll never fight over you. I got time to kill, slide ups in corridors without a plan of yours. A black blood sings on Bluebird Hill, thanks to the calling of the wild, the wise men's child. Near a tree by a river there's a hole in the ground where an old man of iron goes around and around, and his mind is a beacon in the veil of the night. For a strange kind of fashion there's a wrong.
Can you believe it's the 2nd of August? And it always amuses me when I'm hearing news reports and they say, during the summer. Like as if the summer is to come. We're in it!
He's a beacon in the veil of the night. For a strange kind of fashion there's a wrong and a right, but you'll never
Hands up then for a barbecue tonight. Corn on the cob, vegan sausages, and some salmon steak. What do you think? Something different. No, it'll be all right. It's okay. Hands up for socks. Socks that don't shrink in the wash. Where can we get socks that don't shrink? These are not good for my feet. And hands up for Radio 1's Ibiza Weekend. Yeah. You take me, I like Annie Mac.
Your lipstick stains on the front lobe of my left
Train and Hey Soul Sister.
Tonight.
Do you want to make contact?
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Well, you should.
Oh, Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Steve.wright@bbc.co.uk for a shout out. You can text 88291. You can tweet us at BBC Radio 2. This afternoon, some warm sunshine for many places. A chance of showers for Scotland, Northern England, Southwest Wales and Southwest England. High temperature 24. Quite warm today in Cardiff. Tonight, that's Friday night. Tonight, any showers should clear during this evening, leaving a dry night. Then tomorrow, Saturday, warm sunny spells again. Some rain for Northern Ireland, though, and the west of Scotland later in the day. Lights on sunset tonight, Edinburgh 9:19. Hello, Edinburgh. Have a good time. London 8:47, Belfast 9:23, Cardiff at 9. The pollen count is low for Scotland, medium to high for the rest of the UK.
Yeah.
2 hours away from serious jocking. That's with no G. Be part of it. Get involved. Stay tuned for details. That's La Belle and Lady Marmalada.
This isn't proper music. There's no tune you can whistle, and it's just thump, thump, thump.
Oh, Alan, it's lovely.
Sometimes, Steve, I don't know whether to cry or put my boot through your neck.
Well, that's a bit of a bad attitude.
The BBC Radio 2 Folk Awards are coming.
A traditional night of the very best that folk, roots and acoustic music has to offer.
This is wonderful. A wonderful evening.
With live performances from Dervish, Edward II and Catherine Finch and Sekou Keita, come along and celebrate the 20th annual BBC Radio 2 Folk Awards at Manchester's Bridgewater Hall on Wednesday the 16th of October.
This has been a lifelong dream.
I've never even won a raffle. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The BBC Radio 2 Folk Awards.
Find out how to get your tickets at the Radio 2 website.
Boy, you're looking like my type, but tell me, can you hit it right? Cause if I let you in tonight, you better put it down. Now we do it all the talk, I ain't playing anymore. You heard me when I said before, you better put it down. Make me say, you the one I like. Come on, put your body on, might. Keep it up all night. Don't let me down. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. Yeah, don't let me down. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. Yeah, don't let me down. You come over, we could chill. Tell each other how we feel. But baby, know I love the thrill. When you put it down. I'm alright on my own, but with you I'm in the zone. One shot, don't let it go. You better put it down. Make me say, you the one I like. Come on, put your body on, might. Keep it up all night. Don't let me down. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. Yeah, don't let me down. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. Yeah, don't let me down. If I back up, can you handle? Get it all night, give me mad love. Don't be too nice, better man up. Now don't let me down. If I back up, can you handle? Get it all night, give me mad love. Don't be too nice, better man up. Now don't let me down. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. Yeah, don't let me down. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. All night, give me mad love. Yeah, don't let me down. Let me say, you the one I like. Come on, put your body.
Mad Love Mabel, and Mabel will be on our programme on Monday afternoon with us. We love her. We got 219 from Radio 2. Paphos, Cyprus, mainly sunny and 29 today. Malta is hot and sunny and a high of 32 and staying that way for the next week. Fuerteventura is warm but cloudy and 24. Amalfi Coast, Italy, sunny and a high of 30. And Ibiza is clear, sunny blue skies and 29.
If you want to contact Steve Wright in the afternoon, email steve.wright@bbc.co.uk, text 88291 or tweet at BBC Radio 2.
I'm Richard Littlejohn.
With a new 4-part series.
I'm looking at the years which changed Britain forever. Politically, culturally, musically. We begin in 1972, laying the foundations for the country we live in today.
Richard looks back at momentous cultural moments.
It was a year which saw David Bowie launch his alter ego Ziggy Stardust.
He'll be joined by politicians and journalists from the time.
It felt like a big year to me as a young reporter.
The years that changed Britain forever on BBC Radio 2 begins Sunday night from 9.
People know
Kaiser Chiefs from their new album, People Know How to Love One Another. Well, today's special guest, John Cleese.
When I pay for a view, I expect something more interesting than that.
But that is Torquay, madam.
But it's not good enough.
Well, may I ask what you were expecting to see out of a Torquay hotel bedroom window? Sydney Opera House, perhaps? The hanging gardens of Babylon? Herds of wildebeest sweeping majestically?
I expect to be able to see the sea.
You can see the sea. It's over there between the land and the sky.
I need a telescope to see that.
Well, may I suggest that you consider moving to a hotel closer to the sea? Or preferably in it.
John Cleese back on BBC One tonight in the second series of Hold the Sunset. Talk to him later. Bobby Pryor, Tim Smith, Mike Powell with the news, Betty Glover with the sport. The oldies will be chosen by David McMillan. In Dumfries and Galloway, there's also your emails, texts and tweets, the showbiz, the lifestyle, the ends news, Matt Ford, Ken Bruce, and Celtic Woman in the best of the guests. And at 4:15, stand by for DJ Silly Boy and Serious Jocking. And that's with no G.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Upstairs to the floor, I shattered teenage dreams. Boys living next door are never what they seem. Ooh, a walk in the park can become a bad dream. People are staring and following me. This is my only escape from it all. Watching a film or a face on a wall. Robert De Niro's waiting, talking Italian. Robert De Niro's waiting, talking Italian. Robert De Niro's waiting, talking Italian. Robert De Niro's waiting. I don't need a boy, I got a man of steel. Don't come any closer, I don't wanna feel. Ooh, you're breathing and touching, but nothing's for free. I never want this to happen to me. Don't try to change me, you're wasting your time. Now I got something much better in mind. Robert De Niro's waiting, talking Italian. Robert De Niro's waiting, talking Italian. Robert De Niro's waiting, talking Italian. Robert De Niro's waiting. A walk in the park can become a bad dream. People are staring and following me. This is my only escape from it all. Watching a film or a face on a wall. Robert De Niro's waiting, talking Italian. Robert De Niro's waiting, talking Italian. Robert De Niro's waiting, talking Italian. Robert De Niro's waiting,
Bananarama, Robert De Niro's waiting. Steve, can you say hi to us, please? We are listening to you on our way to Great Yarmouth for a week's holiday. Beautiful. Two very excited boys in the back of the car from Darren, Laura, Elliot and William. Loving your little show. Steve, my beautiful wife Jill's birthday today. Big shout out, please. And in car to Dorset for weekend travelling from Kent. Cheers, Rob and Beth. And hiya, Steve and gang. Shout out to my husband. 20 years of bliss marriage. Travelling back from London. Rob Bridges, you're the best. What, me or Rob? I think it's Rob.
On a Saturday night in the summer, sundown and they all come out. Lamborghinis and they rented Hummers. The party's on, so they're heading downtown. Everybody's looking for a come up, and they wanna know what you're about. Me in the middle with the one I love it. We're just trying to figure everything out. We don't fit in well, cause we are just ourselves. I could use some help getting out of this conversation. Yeah, you look stunning, dear, so don't ask that question here. This is my only fear, that we become beautiful people. Top designer clothes, front row fashion shows. What you do and who'd you know? Inside the world of beautiful people. Champagne and rolled up nose, prenups and broken homes. Surrounded but still alone. Let's leave the party. That's not who we are. We are not beautiful. Yeah, that's not who we are. We are not beautiful. Drove for hours last night and we made it nowhere. Now I see stars in your eyes when we're halfway there. Now I'm not fazed by all the lights and flashing cameras, cause with my arms around you, there's no need to care. We don't fit in well, we are just ourselves. I could use some help getting out of this conversation here. You look stunning, please, so don't ask that question here. This is my only fear, that we become beautiful people. Top designer clothes, front row and fashion.
Hey, Steve and team, shout out to Laura Martin and our goddaughter Betty. We're heading to Blackpool for the weekend. Oh, I think you're going to have a time there. Oi, righty, it's Rich, Sam and Elliot on holiday by the pool in Portugal. Can you give us a shout out, please? Yeah, you got it.
We've got the Prime Minister here. I believe he wants to talk about caravans.
Right, caravans, of course, eat berth, blocked on sea, static, don't move.
Moving along. On the motorway.
Water through the floor.
Yeah.
Fold down beds, it's great fun. Monopoly, horrible weather, great fun, good for the education. Can't believe what I'm hearing. Sausages on sticks.
The BBC Summer Social is back.
Join me, Joe Wiley, this Saturday live from Croxteth Country Park in Liverpool, where we'll have live performances from John Newman, Busted, and Nina Nesbitt. And some of your favourite faces from Kids BBC will be dropping by for a chat too. To find out how to be there as well, go to the tickets page on the Radio 2 website.
The BBC Summer Social.
This Saturday afternoon from 3 on BBC Radio 2.
We're young and in love, and we're running like the wind. We got it all. We're never alone. If we got each other, we can save the world. Explosions in the sky, I see colors fly. It's like the 4th of July in your eyes. Old enough to know that we are young in love, young in love, young and in love. You and me, we can see time will stand still if we stay young in love, young in love, young and in love. Yeah, we are young in love. Yeah, we are young in love. Yeah, we are young in love.
Michelson, Young and in Love. All right, let's bring on Bobby Pryor and Tim Smith. And look, we've got some factoids for you. Here's the Bobster.
The National Bus Company was formed in 1968. It brought together the independent coach companies under one name. In 1974, the name National Express was used for the first time.
At the National Express. Da, 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 da.
Do you know what? They were using aluminium in China as early as AD 300. However, in Western civilizations, we didn't rediscover it until about 1827.
What was the film where they were selling aluminium or aluminum siding?
It's Tin People, isn't it?
Tin Men.
Tin Men. Yeah.
That was one of the funniest films I've ever seen.
I think.
Danny DeVito and lots of others. Wonder why your jeans are feeling a little tighter? Yes. It's your tech addiction. Being glued to our phones has some pretty disastrous consequences on our waistlines. In fact, researchers found that spending 5 or more hours on your smartphone per day increases your risk of obesity by 43%. Now back to the Bobster.
When do you think the first MP3 was released? And we're talking commercially.
Very good question.
When did we go from cassette to MP3?
1997.
No, slightly later. I had an early MP3. I thought they were brilliant. 2001.
The first commercially released personal music player capable of handling MP3s was March 1998. It was the MP Man F10.
Wow, not bad. See,
yeah, very
almost
good.
there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The first couple shown in bed together on primetime US TV were Fred and Wilma Flintstone.
Scientists reckon there are no known instances of coyotes ever attacking or eating roadrunners.
What about when it falls off a cliff?
That's not real, though. That's just a cartoon.
Also, a roadrunner can run faster than a coyote.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the coyote is very clever. Think of all those tricks he puts together.
I think he's got a loyalty card with the Acme company. You know?
He certainly has, and I can't see where there's a shop, the Acme company, in the desert there.
I like an Acme plunger, don't you?
Here's the Bobster again.
The longest rail journey in the world starts in Moscow and it ends in Vladivostok. Distance of 5,753 miles.
Wow.
Factoids.
Back in the early days when Neil Diamond was in Los Angeles, I think for the first time, just becoming a star, writing songs. Didn't quite know what was happening, what he was doing. The lad was in turmoil, and he wrote this.
LA is fine, the sun shines most of the time, and the feeling is laid back. Palm trees grow and rents are low, but keep thinking about making my way back. Well, I'm New York City born and raised, but nowadays I'm lost between two shores. LA is fine, but it ain't home. New York's home, but it ain't mine no more. To no one there, and no one heard at all, not even the chair. I am, I cried, I am, said I, and I am lost, and I can't even say why. Leaving me lonely still. Did you ever read about a frog who dreamed of being a king and then became one? Well, except for the names and a few other changes, if you talk about me, the story's the same one. But I got an emptiness deep inside that I've tried, but it won't let me go. And I'm not a man who likes to swear, but I never cared for the sound of being alone. I am, I said, said I. And I am lost and I can't even say why. I am myself.
Radio 1 have got their Ibiza weekend today. The new football season starts tonight with Luton Town v Middlesbrough. The Butte Noir Crime Writing Festival is being held on the Isle of Butte, and guests include best-selling writers Anne Cleves and Ian Rankin. The South Korean Comic-Con is on in Seoul. The Satchmo Summerfest opens in New Orleans, celebrating the life of Louis Armstrong, of course. And the Wilderness Festival on in Oxfordshire, headlined by Robin, Bombay Bicycle Club and Groove Armada. In cinemas, Angry Birds 2, Do the Right Thing. Spike Lee's classic is back in selected cinemas today to mark its 30th anniversary. 30 years ago. Pete Tong and the Heritage Orchestra play Newmarket, the Coral play Holmfirth and Prom 19 over at the Royal Albert Hall. It's a programme of Strauss, Schumann and Macmillan. It's also live on Radio 3 from 7:30. BBC Sports News presenter Mike Bushell is the latest celeb to be announced for Strictly Come Dancing. Very good, I like him. No deal Brexit would result in an instant shock to the UK economy. The Governor of the Bank of England, Mark Carney, has warned today. And 2 package holiday firms, as you've heard, have collapsed, affecting more than 50,000 travellers. Malvern Group, which incorporates Manchester-based late rooms and York-based Super Break mini holidays, known as Super Break, has ceased trading, as you've no doubt heard. Let's have a look and see what Bobby's got. What you got over there?
Do you two love your DIY? Now, I know, Steve, you always glue everything, generally.
Yes.
Tim?
No, hate DIY, can't do it. I've tried it, I can't do it, I'm no good at anything,
Well,
so stay away from it.
This is what I like, Bobby. I like going down to the DIY place,
Yeah.
going in there and buying stuff, but then I don't like the actual act of repairing stuff or putting a shelf up or whatever.
So you like the tools?
Yeah, I like the tools and the whole thing building up to it.
Well, here you go. Britons find their efforts going wrong, spend an average of £2,000 a year fixing their mistakes. Do you know what number 1 is?
Yes, I think it's something like wallpaper.
You think it's wallpaper?
Yeah, I think it's something like wallpaper. Putting up wallpaper
it's painting,
badly.
isn't it? It's using the wrong paint or not using an undercoat first or using the wrong screw and not actually putting in a raw plug.
OK, I'm going to count down. Number 10 is grouting. 9 is fixing a leaking window. 8, laying carpet. I always get that wrong.
Yeah.
7 is painting, Tim. 6 is plastering. I'd never do that by myself.
No.
5 is building furniture. 4, fitting a window. 3, replacing roof tiles. 2 is putting up shelves. And Steve, 1, putting up wallpaper.
Yeah, there it is. I didn't see that earlier on, so I was just thinking, because I've tried to put up wallpaper myself without any success whatsoever. Building furniture, I mean, that is a thing, isn't it, really? Okay, so you go to that place, right? You look at the thing, and then you go round and you have your eats after.
Hot dog and your meatballs.
Yeah, your meatballs.
And your ice cream that's only a pound, yeah.
But building furniture's okay, though. It's getting it home. That's a big problem, obviously.
And then finding you haven't got everything.
No, generally you do get everything. My problem is it takes so long, and I have been known to put up a wardrobe and stick one of the doors up the wrong way. But that was because I was rushing.
The thing is you're not prepping. You have to have enough food to keep you going for those moments. You have to have no audience.
And the right tools.
Also, if you have to lay everything out and understand where it goes first, what happens is you generally put the wood plugs where the screws are meant to go, and then you can't get the wood plugs out again.
Do you mean the raw plugs? Is that what you mean?
No, I mean the wood plugs.
The wood plugs, as opposed to the metal plugs.
See?
Wood plugs are
Please
different.
follow the instructions.
See how little I know.
Don't throw it out.
The fastest gun has no chance. This day, 1876, the man billed in his colourful shows as the fastest gun in the West. Who was it?
Wild Bill Hickok.
Exactly. Wild Bill Hickok fell victim to an assassin's bullet today, 1876. Also, this day, 1986, this man is top of the UK single chart with his corny love song, which I won't say the title of, you get it right away. His first number 1 after releasing 24 single releases, this day, 1986. What was the name of the song and who was the singer?
Lady in Red.
Yes.
Krista Berg.
Yeah. Nice one. Very nice.
How dare you call that a corny love song, sir?
Well,
I think you'll find that's very romantic.
Okay.
Under the right circumstances.
Of course it is. John Cleese with us later, and also Serious Jocking, 4:15.
I'm riding in your car. You turn on the radio. You're pulling me close. I just say no. I say I don't
Well, Romeo and Juliet, Samson and Delilah, baby, you can invent a love they couldn't deny. My words say split, but my words they lie. 'Cause when we kiss,
Pointer Sisters, Fire. Can you say hi to Michelle and Rob, travelling from Orkney to the Great British Beer Festival in London, a mere 900 miles. Wow! Give us a shout out, you got it. Loving the show as always. I'd love a shout out for my friend Polly. All right, Polly, driving up from Truro, Cornwall to MK. Hoping the journey not too long and hot. Thank you from Claire. You got it, Claire. All right.
BBC Radio 2.
Bobby is back.
Thanks, Steve. A82 still closed with this earlier accident. Shut between the A85 at Tindrum and the Bridge of Orkney. Then the A16 between Louth and Skegness. It's been closed both ways. Closed between Ulsterby Cross, the A1028, and Swarby. M606 now southbound between 2 and 1. 2 lanes are shut from the Euroway Trading Estate to Chain Barney M62. If you're going northbound, there's also a 1 lane closed between 1 and 2 as well. North Wales Expressway, not good news. Westbound A55 is closed at 24 for Abergele, so you've got big queues through there. M6 southbound 19 to 18, all lanes are open. Knutsford to Holmes Chapel, they were holding the traffic to move a breakdown. That's now gone, but it's still slow. M11 northbound 8 to 9 at Saffron Walden, got 1 lane shut with an accident there. M25 queues clockwise, back of the queue 9 Leatherhead, 16 for the M40 across the top, 23 A1M to Enfield at 25. Anti-clockwise, the queue starts back at Chorley Wood to 11 at Chertsey. Queue in towards the Dartford Tunnels is almost back to 4 at Orpington. And a couple of problems for the A34 northbound to Oxford, blocked completely from the A420 at Botley to the A44. Then the A34 at Speen. Now we've got these emergency repairs both ways between the A4 Bath Road at Speen and the A339. This is causing 5 miles of queues in both directions. Bristol M32 southbound car fire at 1 for Hambrook. They are holding the traffic. Nothing is getting through there. And the M5, first of all, southbound queues 14 to 21 at Weston-super-Mare. Northbound queues are huge. If you're heading up from Taunton to Bristol, they're still there. And finally, the A30 eastbound, finally clear between Fingal Glen and the Alphington Junction. Another one for you, 40 minutes.
Thank you. There'll be serious Jocking later, and John Cleese on with us.
The Big Show.
BBC Radio 2. Feels right. Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Supposed to hurt, it's a broken heart, but the moving on is the hardest part. It comes in waves, the letting go, but the memory fades. Everybody knows, everybody knows. What if I'm trying, but then I close my eyes and then lost in that last goodbye. What if time doesn't do what it's supposed to do? What if I never get over you?
Maybe months go by, maybe years from now, and I meet someone and it's working out.
at some TV tonight. Princess Margaret, the Rebel Royal. I loved Princess Margaret. The profile of the Queen's younger sister uses archive footage and revealing interviews to show how her turbulent life reflected the social and sexual revolution of the second half of the 20th century. It's on tonight on the telly on BBC Two at 9 p.m. The Rebel Royal. What else going on today? Scoffing chocolate. Now, this is all good news. Scoffing chocolate, according to The Sun earlier on, slashes the risk of depression by up to 70%, studies show. Wait a minute, it doesn't say that yet. Enjoying just over 100g a day, around half a large dairy milk, boosts mental health.
100g? We're only up to 5g, aren't we?
Hey. Not coming to October, I think.
We'll get there, though, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The thing we have to think about is the sugar content in that
Yes.
as well. So I think the chocolate can be good, and it has all sorts of antioxidants in it as well, and some iron. But I think that's the dark chocolate, the 70% serious grown-up chocolate.
Well, they are saying that, I mean, they're not talking about it health-wise. They are talking about it as a cheer-up thing, really. It says that chocolate can cut risk of blues by 70%. 100g amount needed each day to help boost mental health. So you have to weigh that up against the...
So if you get me a toffee crisp, I'll be happy.
Okay, well...
I'll have 2 Mars bars, please.
Yeah.
Please, no trade names. Okay. The Liberal Democrats have won the Brecon and Radnorshire by-election, as you heard, leaving new PM Boris Johnson with a Commons working majority of just 1. Fed-up lorry drivers had hiccups every day for the last 6 years. A story about this lorry driver stricken for up to 10 hours daily. That's awful. Let's have a look, see what else. The government is planning to create up to 10 free ports across the UK after Brexit. You may have read about this stuff. They allow firms to import goods and then re-export them outside of normal tax and customs rules. First official Peaky Blinders Festival to be held in Birmingham. And Tim, of course, has the Peaky Blinders haircut. The first official Peaky Blinders themed festival will take place in Birmingham in September. It'll feature live music from Mercury Prize nominees Anna Calvi and Nadine Shah and Scots Rockers Primal Scream. Very good. Something else on TV tonight, which we should mention because we love them. Mortimer and Whitehouse. It's their Gone Fishing series. First one tonight on BBC Two. And I think we're talking to them in a week or so's time. And let's have a look, shall we, at the guest catch-up. You want to start, Bobster?
Yeah, on Monday, Matt Ford popped by before going to Edinburgh for his shows at the Fringe. Before Matt became a full-time comedian, he worked in politics, and that went really well for him.
As an advisor, I worked in local government. I worked for an elected mayor. Stoke-on-Trent was one of the few cities outside of London to go for an elected mayor.
Yeah, great.
And it was the first city to adopt an elected mayor and then have another referendum to abolish it. And I was working for the mayor as he was being abolished. So my political career was a total failure. So I went into comedy where failure is celebrated.
Yeah. Ken Bruce gave us a call on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday while he was out on his We Stop for Popmaster tour, doing shows from a different workplace in Northern Ireland, Scotland, England and Wales. On Wednesday, he was at a caravan and campervan showroom in Warwickshire, and the big highlight for him was learning all about air awnings.
What sort of rough area is this?
So it's 3 metres 250 wide by 2.8 metres deep.
Okay, right. So that's a good old size.
Inflation point. So.
And just one inflation point. Right, we're going to let it deflate. Oh, that's better. So that is just...
What was he doing, Ken?
He was deflating the awning, because instead of rigid poles, it's got sort of high-pressure air in the uprights, if you see what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
And so he's just letting the air out, and the whole thing just collapses in seconds.
And yesterday, globally successful group Celtic Woman were on with us ahead of some live shows in the UK later this year. Here's how it all started for them.
It's been going for the last 15 years, which is incredible, and it's always evolving and always changing. It was meant to be one night 15 years ago, and I think there's been 15 members over those 15 years. It's such an amazing platform for Irish performers and Irish singers to show what they're really about and to bring Irish music to the world. We kind of see ourselves as Irish ambassadors.
Get on the BBC Sounds app to hear all of them and all our other guests on Steve Wright's Big Guest podcast. You can also download or stream Serious Jocking each week on BBC Sounds. It's this afternoon from 4:15 with no G.
That is correct. Serious Jocking at 4:15 on the Big Show.
Received a letter just the other day. Don't seem to wanna know you no more. They've laid it down, given you their score. Within the first 2 lines it must be read. Your note comes but I will, cause I know that he think I don't. Our uncle, he don't wanna know. He says, we are disgrace to the human race. He says, how can you show your face when you're a disgrace to the human race? You're an embarrassment. Yes, an embarrassment, a living endorsement. The intention that you have booked was an intention that was overlooked. They say stay away, don't want you home today. Keep away from our door, don't come round here no more. Our dad don't wanna know, he says, this is a serious matter. Too late to reconsider. No one's gonna wanna know ya.
You're an embarrassment.
She don't wanna know, she says.
Yeah. Yes, I might be. That's madness. When we come back after Mike's done the news, the oldies chosen by David McMillan in Dumfries and Galloway.
BBC News at 3 o'clock. This is Mike Powell. The Environment Secretary, Theresa Villiers, is chairing a meeting of the government's Emergency Committee to discuss the threat of flooding from a damaged reservoir in Derbyshire. Engineers are worried that a dam wall at Tollbrook Reservoir could collapse, flooding hundreds of homes in the town of Whaley Bridge. Emergency teams have been working around the clock to try to reduce water flowing in, using an RAF helicopter to drop bags of sand, gravel and stones. Hundreds of people have been evacuated. The Shadow Minister for Flooding, Luke Pollard, says it's a wake-up call.
We know we're going to get more extreme weather in the future. That means more water at certain times of the year, less water at other times of the year. And that means we're going to need to look at all our infrastructure, from the sewers to the reservoirs to the water treatment works, to look at whether we have a truly resilient water system. Because at the moment, we're not ready for climate change.
A mother who killed her two daughters because they got in the way of her social life has been sentenced to at least 32 years in prison. Louise Porton denied killing 3-year-old Lexi Draper and 17-month-old Scarlett Vaughan, who died 18 days apart last year. The 23-year-old from Rugby was found guilty of murder yesterday. Jeremy Corbyn has called Labour's performance in the Brecon and Radnorshire by-election disappointing. The party came fourth, with the Lib Dems taking the seat from the Conservatives. Plaid Cymru and the Greens didn't field candidates to boost the chances of a pro-EU party winning. The Welsh Labour MP Chris Bryant put the result down to his party's position on Brexit.
We've tried to say to Brexit voters, yeah, you know, we're in favour of Brexit, but to Remain voters, we're in favour of Remain. And in the end, you're not. I mean, I am fundamentally a Remainer, and I believe that it's in the interests of Wales and of our country that we should, at the very least, try and achieve as soft a Brexit as possible.
The former Labour minister, Frank Field, will stand against his former party at the next general election. Mr Field has represented Birkenhead in Merseyside for 40 years and resigned from Labour last year, citing anti-Semitism and nastiness in the party. Mr Field, who's currently an independent MP, says he'll stand as the Birkenhead social justice candidate at the next general election.
The Labour Party has been taken over by all sorts of odds and ends, are intolerant, are bullies, and as I've always been about social justice. For my 40 years in Birkenhead, constituents said, why don't you form your own party, which is the Birkenhead Social Justice Party.
A powerful earthquake has hit Indonesia, sparking fears of a tsunami. Officials say the magnitude 7.4 quake was recorded off the southwest of the island of Sumatra. Residents have been told to move to higher ground. There are no immediate reports of damage or casualties. BBC News at 3 minutes past 3. Now next at 4.
Thank you, Mike. Stand by for the oldies.
88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2. Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Now, the non-stop oldies brought to you daily by Steve Wright in the afternoon.
It's not important for you to know my name, nor I to know yours. If we communicate for 2 minutes only, it will be enough. For knowing someone in this world feels as desperate as me, and what you give is what you get. Doesn't matter if we never meet again, but we have said we'll always remain. If we get through for 2 minutes only, it will be a start. For knowing that someone in this life loves with a passion called hate, and what you give is what you get.
Riff. The Jam, of course, and Start. It's the non-stop oldies.
On a Saturday, a regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He says, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. La 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 da da da, la la da 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 da. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling alright. Now John the bar is a friend of mine. He gets me my drinks for free. And he's quick with a joke or to light up your smoke. But there's some place that he'd rather be. And the waitress is practicing politics as the businessmen slowly get stoned. Yes, they're sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling alright. It's a pretty good crowd for a Saturday, and the manager gives me a smile, 'cause he knows that it's me they've been coming to see, to forget about life for a while. And the piano, it sounds like a carnival, and the microphone smells like a beer. And they sit at the bar and put bread in my jar and say, man, what are you doing here? Oh, la la la, di-di-da. La la, di-di-da, da-da.
This place is coming like a ghost town. No job to be found in this country. Can't go on no more. The people getting hungry.
That is definitely a song that conjures up the era Specials Ghost Town. These oldies chosen by David McMillan from Dumfries and Galloway. Hello, Steve. I live with my fiancée, Karen. I've got 2 grown-up kids and 3 grandchildren, turning for 57, I think it is, this year. Most of my spare time is spent with our horse, as well as helping out at a charity centre which helps rescue, rehabilitate and rehome neglected horses and ponies. Here's my selection of non-stop oldies. I hope you enjoy them. Cheers, Steve and team. These are great.
This town is coming like a ghost town.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. Pardon the way that I stare. There's nothing else to compare. The sight of you leaves me weak. There are no words left to speak. But if you feel like I feel, please let me know that it's real. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. Just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you.
Sarah's on the air at 5 today. Tony Blackburn's Golden Hour at 7. Friday night is music night. Another chance to hear Ed Balls. That's at 8. Sound to the 80s, Gary Davis. Kid Creole picks his favourite tracks of the 80s. Pick at Radio 2 with Annika Wright at 12. Then Barry Manilow, They Write the Songs. It's pretty good, isn't it, really? These are the non-stop oldies as chosen by David McMillan in Dumfries and Galloway. Now, Kate Bush, Wuthering Heights.
Windy moors, we'd roll and fall in green. You had a temper like my jealousy, too hard, too greedy. How could you leave me when I needed to possess you? I hated you, I loved you too. Bad dreams in the night. He told me I was going to lose the fight. Leave behind my waterproof
That was so good. So unusual. Still is. Kate Bush, Wuthering Heights. And this is Come On Eileen. Come on Eileen. Dex's Midnight Runners on the non-stop oldies. Is Midnight Runners, Come On Eileen. Another brilliant tune. About 10 minutes time, John Cleese going to be with us.
On BBC Two.
Hello, I'm Ramesh Ranganathan, comedian and all-round globetrotter. I'm off on more epic journeys to unlikely holiday destinations, like Mongolia.
Just to be clear, you've brought me to a room full of men in underpants.
Bosnia.
So I want to show you a place. It's called War Hostel.
War Hostel.
And of course, Colombia.
Where are you from?
Me, Crawley. Join me along the way. What could possibly go wrong?
The Misadventures of Ramesh Ranganathan continues Sunday night at 9 on BBC Two.
It's really good too. Thank you, Ramesh. Okay, here's Primal Scream on the oldies and rocks.
Dealers keep a dealing, thieves will keep a feeling, whores will keep a whoring, junkies keep scoring, traders on a meat track,
5 minutes away from Serious Jocking. That's with No G. We'd like you to participate, of course. It's our weekly tribute to dance culture. But before that, John Cleese with us.
Monty Python, the Flying Circus.
I wish to register a complaint. Hello, miss. What do you mean, miss? Oh, I'm sorry, I have a cold. I wish to make a complaint.
We're just closing for lunch.
Never mind that, my lad. I wish to complain about this parrot what I purchased not half an hour ago from this very boutique.
Oh, yes. The Norwegian blue. What's wrong with it?
I'll tell you what's wrong with it, my lad. It's dead. That's what's wrong with it.
Now here's the Bobster.
Steve, thank you. First of all, West Yorkshire M606 has been closed both ways between junctions 2 and 1. So from the M62 through to the Euroway trading estate following the earlier accident. The actual accident's on the southbound side, but they've had to close the northbound side just to assist with their recovery. It's not going to open, though, anytime soon. North Wales Expressway A55 westbound accident at 24 being recovered at Abergele, but you've only got one lane open there. M6 now on the northbound side at 18 for Holmes Chapel. We've got an accident. We've got lane 4 of 4 closed at the moment, so it's the outside lane. Also M6 heading north. Below it, 12 to 13 at Stafford South, we've got a breakdown. It's the inside lane that's closed there. M1 on the northbound side at 11 to 11A. Up to Dunstable from Luton, we've got debris on the carriageway and a breakdown, so one lane is shut. M25 queues clockwise 9, 16 for the M40, and then across the top 23 to 25 at Enfield is still slow. Anti-clockwise 18 Chorleywood to 11 at Church. There's a number of breakdowns in those queues as well. The queue into the Dartford tunnels is from 4 at Orpington. The M3 southbound, there's a 7-mile queue because between 4 and 4A, Camberley into Farnborough, we've got 2 lanes closed with a lorry that's overturned, and traffic's queuing on the A322 as well. M2 coastbound breakdown 2 to 3 Rochester to Chatham, we've got 1 lane shut, and the A34 northbound accident at Botley to the A44 at Woodstock, that's still there, 1 lane open there, and then to the M32 at Bristol, still slow from 1 to 2 at Eastville because of that earlier car fire. And finally, big queues on the M5. Now, if you're heading up from Taunton to Weston-super-Mare, all the way stop-start, southbound from 14 at Fellfield down towards 22. Back with another one, 25 minutes.
Thank you very much. Lying by the pool in Zante. Can you say hello to my fantastic wife, Sharon? Hello, Sharon. Looking forward to Serious Jocking. Thank you. Participate if you will. Cheers, Andy Dakin. This says, Steve, can you shout out to my lovely husband, Scott? This week he's driven us from Essex to Chester to Blackpool, I beg your pardon, now driving us to the lakes. He's a great husband. I don't tell him enough how much we appreciate him. Well, you are now. From Mandy and Ellie Shepherd. Big shout out to Emma and James on our way back to Sheffield from Bournemouth. Thank you, James, for driving. Love, Mum. Can you give a shout out to everyone travelling to Pie Island today for Sean's 50th birthday weekend? Well, he's got a whole weekend to himself. Love from your wife, Sarah. And this says, Steve and gang, we listen to you whilst we are driving to Montpellier. Just 70 miles left on our 800-mile journey. Fantastic show as always from Denise and Gary.
Right there, babe, hold the chair, let me
Thank goodness for data.
in this app. If it ain't new, it ain't cool. Look at that face, it's so fine-tuned. Remember back when we were young, everything was simple and games were fun. Everybody got a life of Riley. No matter what, we always smile. I need it, an SOS. I'm calling from my iOS. One touch of my touch screen, one click and everybody else sees that picture. When we're looking so hot, got my aviators on so they don't think I'm not. Put a filter on for my guy, 'cause you know it looks better in lo-fi. Everybody gone crazy, we're all just social babies. Come on, babe, I really can't take it. Virtual life is so overrated. Look up from that goddamn phone, 'cause I can't talk to your head no more. Didn't used to be this way. Reading letters from yesterday. Battery gone, now fit me in. Can we just walk in, not check in? I need it. stay in. You're the only one I'm craving. I need it, an SOS. I'm calling from my iOS. One touch of my touch screen, one click, and everybody else sees that picture. When we're looking so hot, got my aviators on so they don't think I'm not. Put a filter on for my guy, 'cause you know it looks better in lo-fi. Everybody gone crazy, we're running social, baby.
John Cleese is a comedy legend thanks to work including Monty Python, Fawlty Towers, Fish Called Wanda, many live shows, and he's done plenty of acting as well, with roles in the Harry Potter and Bond movies. John is back on BBC One in the second series of Hold the Sunset, where John plays Phil and Alison Steadman plays Edith. John Cleese, everybody.
Thank you.
We were just thinking about the last time we spoke to you.
Thank you, Franz.
Yes. We were talking to you on your island. It's
Well,
not your
there
island.
are many people there. I mean, there's 10,000 people on the island, which I love it, and 30,000 monkeys. 10,000 people is a very nice size because you get to know lots of people facially, and they recognize you because you're the guy who comes in to buy oranges, you know. Most of the Novisians there don't know me except from Bond. They never heard of Fawlty Towers and Monty Python, but I'm very famous because many years ago I did 4 days on Bond movies.
I remember. You were Q, weren't you?
Well, I was the first time because Desmond Llewellyn was still alive, dear man. What a sweetie he was. And then I got 2 days as Q. So now I sign lots of cards with my face on and Q and all this kind of thing. So I'm more famous the 4 days I spent on Bond than I am for everything else I've done in my life.
Of course, everybody talks about Fawlty Towers and they talk about Python and what have you, but actually, you are a bona fide movie star. Think of the movies that you've done.
Well, Jamie Lee Curtis said I wasn't the guy who normally played the romantic lead opposite her, which was a bit crushing.
Yeah.
But yes, I'd done some straight acting, which of course is much easier than comedy acting.
Yeah.
Nobody realizes that. People always think the dramatic actors are in some way superior to the best comedy actors. And if you talk to any actor who can do both, that actor will always tell you that comedy is much harder.
Why
than
is
drama.
that exactly?
Because it requires more precision. When you're acting, the important thing is to be authentic, to be believable. But when you're acting and doing comedy, then you have everything in there to do with timing. And a lot of very good straight actors don't have comedy timing. I remember Sir Laurence Olivier, probably the greatest of all the straight actors, going on the Morecambe and Wise show 30 years ago. It was terrible.
Because you have to not laugh even though you're doing comedy.
No, but that's not it. It's just that comedy is a very, very technical business. A lot of people who know how to act straight, and a lot of directors are very, very good at directing straight stuff, but directing comedy is a completely different deal, and most of them don't know that.
When you did the Python film then, was there any difference in the delivery, in the timing, in the way you felt it went?
No, not a lot. No, because Terry Jones was a very, very good director. Terry directed most of Holy Grail, and then he directed all of Life of Brian and all of Meaning of Life, and he was perfect for us because he understood the comedy. And what you found is a lot of the time they shoot it as though it's drama. They don't understand that there's a different way of shooting it if it's comedy. I mean, I made a very nice film called Clockwise once.
That was a great film.
A very, very good film, but it would have been much better if the director had a sense of humour.
Well, it was funny all the same.
I know. That was because Michael Frayn wrote it and he's a genius. There were times early on when the guy was shooting things, and I just thought, well, I can't argue with this. You just have to do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes do you think to yourself, how could they know they're young? They haven't had your experience and they haven't done it. sometimes.
It's more to do with talent. Yeah, I'm constantly meeting young people who are really, really... Well, I'll tell you one is my daughter. She understands comedy just as well as I do.
Well, we've had her
She
in
came
here.
in, yeah.
She's brilliant.
And very rude to me.
Well, she was quite rude here.
She says I'm not even her favourite python, she said.
What are you going to do with them, eh? What are you
the
going
young
to do with
people
them?
off today.
What about writing? Because we all know that you wrote Fawlty Towers.
With Connie.
Of course. But when you're in something like this, see what I'm doing here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you mean Hold the Sunset?
I mean Hold
Hold
the
the
Sunset.
We're back on it.
How much of it are you writing?
Oh, very little.
So how does it feel?
Marvellous, because I love what Charles writes. It's very quirky, and an awful lot of people don't quite get it. But what I mainly do with Charles is I take out the odd phrase, because he occasionally puts in a sort of linking phrase from one funny thought to another funny thought. Because if you go to the second funny thought straight away, you slightly stay ahead of the audience, as opposed to taking them along with you at the same speed. That's the only thing I ever do, is just to take out a phrase here or a phrase there. And the other thing is, I can do sitting down acting, which at my age is absolutely the best. 70% of the time of that show, I promise you this, Steve.
In the kitchen.
I'm sitting there in the kitchen, I'm sitting down, because sitting means I can be doing the crossword, which means I've got the entire script on the inside of the newspaper, you see.
Sorry, my mouth dropped there, almost in shock.
No,
I mean, why not?
read
What a
an
great
awful
idea.
lot. And the reason I do that so much is that I've seen the pictures of Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
He's talking to people and they've got the speech on their forehead. He's reading the speech off the forehead. He used to put his speeches all around the room, or bits on the mantelpiece, and you no idea he's doing it. So one of the best things about acting is if you know the lines so well that you don't have to even think what the lines are, you can put 100% of your attention into the acting, into the emotion. The very fact that you know that they're there relaxes you. Nobody ever sees you doing it. So I love it. I just sit there reading my part.
Well, let's hear you doing your part. We're talking about Hold the Sunset, second series. John Cleese will be right back. Here's the clip.
What I don't quite get is why everyone has such a strong opinion about my house, because after all, it is my house, and if I want to make a hash of selling it, that's my business. Well, mine and Anita's.
And her daughter, her next of kin.
All right, you can have a very little say.
And I'm a guardian angel.
And what exactly does that entail?
Well, you wouldn't want me not to have a guardian angel, would you?
Once again, I feel myself slowly sinking out of my depth.
Yeah, and the wind is talking. Yeah, for the very first time. Well, the melody that pulls you towards it, painting pictures of paradise, saying, rise up to the light in the sky. Watch the light lift your heart up, burn your flame through the night. Whoa, spirit, watch the heavens open. Yeah, spirit, can you hear it calling? Yeah, and the water's crashing, trying to keep your head up high. While you're trembling, that's when the magic happens, and the stars gotta by your side, saying, rise up to the light in the sky. Let the light lift your heart up, burn your flame through the night. Yeah, spirit, watch the heavens open. Yeah, spirit,
Cleese back on BBC One tonight. Second series of Hold the Sun Sets. Very good. I think that the son in this, he's a bit too old, isn't he?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you never get rid of children, do you?
No, but he's
Too old for what? To
He's
be at home?
50.
Of course he
He's
is.
too
yes.
old to be your son, isn't he?
No,
I think that's a compliment.
He is 50, and I'm going to be 80 this year, so that's all right.
Well,
he's 50, you see, and he's having the midlife crisis, which is maybe 5 years late. I do
He's
think
brilliant.
he's a bit of a genius, that guy.
Jason's fantastic.
He was great in W1A as well, wasn't
Yes,
he?
he's really fine. And of course, the greatest pleasure of all is working with the adorable Alison Steadman.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we were married in 1985.
In what show?
In the film,
Clockwise.
in Clockwise, yeah.
She was my wife in Clockwise.
Of course she was.
And I adore her. She's one of the nicest women I've ever met. Learns huge amounts of lines.
Yeah.
And still turns up never complaining, having to get in early for makeup. You know, she's just lovely. So it's one of the nicest casts I've ever worked with. And also, I have to say, one of the nicest crews. There was a guy in charge of the cameras there who's as good as anyone I've worked with, and a guy, Martin, in charge of sound, absolutely top class. And then we got a lovely director called Sandy, and Sandy Johnson, you won't believe this, was in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. He was a student at Glasgow University who came up for a couple of days to be an extra in the army at the end of Holy Grail.
Great.
Worked
What a
together
great
back
story.
in 1972, I think. And now he's directing me.
And I bet he looks exactly the same, as do you.
Well, I do stem cell therapy, and everybody goes, no, I'm serious. I think stem cell therapy is the most extraordinary thing, and of course, I'm sorry to say, it's not cheap.
How does that work then? What is it?
Well, but stem cells are basically cells at such an early stage of development that they haven't decided what sort of cells they're going to become. So if they are introduced into your body, the body doesn't recognize them as foreign objects, so it doesn't reject them. And they go around your body saying, do you need our services today? And the knee says, I need you over here. And they go over and turn into knee cells and help to repair the damage. And I've been doing that for some years. And the astonishing thing is you don't hear much about it. And I look younger than my age, and it's entirely down to stem cell therapy, and not because I'm a wonderful person, which I am, but that doesn't affect my looks.
No, absolutely. That's fascinating stuff. Yeah. Let's get back to the show.
Which show is this?
This is the show. It's called Hold the Sunset.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here comes Series 2. In Series 1, you two are neighbours, just about to...
Childhood sweethearts who never actually had a relationship,
Yeah.
a proper one. And then our spouses die, and we meet up and realise that we really adore each other. And so I'm trying to get Alison to sell up and buy a place in the sun, which is just what I'm trying to do too.
But those plans are stymied because...
A child, played by Jason Watkins, comes along, and he's just left his wife and kids, and he wants to come and live with mother. And it's really about the fact you never escape from these horrible things called children. I was never a child, incidentally. So this doesn't apply to me.
No, I know that.
But you know that.
Well, I heard it. I wasn't sure whether to believe it or not. I was going to read the BBC blurb then. In this new series, Phil is increasingly desperate to get away, but discovers that selling his house is not as easy as he expected it to be, and the strain of it repeatedly falling through begins to threaten his sanity. Can you tell us anything else about the new series? Because it's already in the can, right? You've done it.
Yeah, it's already in the can. We shot it in September and October. It was an 8-week shoot. The trouble about filming, particularly 12-hour day filming, is that there's no room for the rest of the life, which is why complete megalomaniacs love it so much, people like Terry Gilliam, because they don't have a life and they want something that is going to occupy them fully.
Don't look at me.
You could have something to do, haven't
But
you?
you can't do anything when you're filming because you never know if you got 5 minutes off or whether you got an hour.
Yeah.
Because they don't know.
Do you think that you get to a point where you're hypercritical of your own performance or stuff that you've done?
You go through a phase of it.
Yeah.
When you watch it for the first time with an audience, your tummy's pretty tight.
Even now, even today, you're still like that, yeah?
Well, yeah, because you don't know. You see, when I go out on stage now, I don't feel that at all because I know, first of all, these people, bless them, have paid money for tickets and they pre-selected to like me. They don't think I can't stand Cleese, let's buy 6 tickets. So they're all there and they get a lovely warm reception. And I know if things go wrong, they're going to enjoy it just as much as I do. But when you do something for the first time and the audience sees it for the first time, you just don't know if they will go for it.
You do know that we all love that clip of you and Palin, and you've both gone to pieces.
Well, that was usually the parrot sketch.
It was.
Yeah. And when we were doing that in New York one night, Michael was very naughty because he always break me up on stage, and he was supposed to say, "I'm sorry, Squire." He goes to get me a new fresh parrot. He says, "Sorry, we're fresh out of parrots," he says. And I say, "I can get the picture." He says, "I've got a slug." And I say, "Does it talk?" And he's supposed to say, "Not really." And one night he said, "Well, it's muttering a bit tonight." He says, I was falling about, and by the time I got my face straight, I couldn't remember what had come next. And I said to the audience, "What's the next line?" About 400 of them shouted out.
Of course.
And I said to them, "What the hell is going on here?" I say, "You know the sketch better than I do." And I said they better come up on stage and do it instead of me.
Yeah.
And then there were too many of them to come up on stage. So we did a marvellous thing. Michael did his lines, and I stood on stage conducting the audience who were doing my lines.
Yeah.
It was an absolutely wonderful moment.
You can see John Cleese starring in Series 2 of Hold the Sunset.
What are you talking about? Oh, Hold the Sunset. Yes, you're sorry.
Well, it's John Cleese starring in Series 2 of Hold the Sunset on BBC One, 9 p.m. tonight. John Cleese, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Paddy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paddy.
I don't drink coffee, I take tea, my dear. I like my toast done on one side. You can hear it in my accent when I talk. I'm an Englishman in New York. You see me walking down Fifth Avenue, a walking cane here at my side. Take it everywhere I walk. I'm an Englishman in New York. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. If manners make us manners, someone say he's our hero of the day. It takes a man to suffer ignorance and smile. Be yourself, no matter what they say. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Modesty, propriety, can lead to notoriety. You could end up as the only one. Gentleness, sobriety, rare in this society. And light a candles brighter than the sun. Takes more than combat gear to make a man. It takes more than a license for a gun. Confront your enemies, avoid them when you can. A gentleman will walk but never run.
All right. Are you ready? From 4:15, yes, it's Serious Jocking. It's true. It's back. If you want to get your Serious Jocking message, your shout out, your dedication in, you can do it right now. Serious Jocking at bbc.co.uk. That's Serious Jocking, all one word and no G at the end of Jocking. Or you can text 88291. That's text 88291. It's Serious Jocking at bbc.co.uk. Or you can tweet at BBC Radio 2 using the hashtag Serious Jocking. Don't forget your puns. Tell us where you are, what you're doing, especially if you're working, travelling or holidaying. Serious Jocking at bbc.co.uk. Text 88291 or tweet us at BBC Radio 2. Do it now.
Serious Jocking.
And here is Bobby.
Thank you, Steve. First of all, the M606 still closed both ways from 2 to 1. The Euroway Trading Estate to the M62 at Chamber. This is having a huge effect. It's on the southbound side, but they need the northbound side for recovery. M6 on the northbound side at 18 for Holmes Chapel. We've got an accident there, still waiting to be recovered. The M3 on the southbound side, 2 lanes are closed. There's an overturned lorry between 4 and 4A. So big queues down from the M25. M25, you've got a big queue clockwise from 9 all the way around towards 17. Across the top, 22 to 25, you've got patchy stop-start traffic. Anti-clockwise, kind of 18's the back of the queue, and it slows all the way to junction 11 for Chertsey. Big queue into the Dartford Tunnel from 4 at Orpington. The problem if you're heading out on towards the M5, big queues both directions between Bristol and Weston-super-Mare. But if you're northbound, really there's congestion from Taunton, really stop-start until you get to 21, and then it's solid all the way to Bristol. If you're finally heading onto the A31, eastbound is closed. Accident between Merley Roundabout, the A349, and Canford Bottom. Another one for you, half an hour.
Thank you very much. Ooh.
Playing everywhere. Steve Wright in the afternoon. Last night I thought I was dreaming, 'cause things like you don't usually happen to me. Outside the stars with the ceiling, we sang to the moon, then we danced underneath. I felt so hard, but your kiss so soft. I felt my heart couldn't beat enough. You pulled me closer and called my bluff. I am in love, I am enough. Sleeping in on Sunday morning, I am lying next to you. Darling, if we fall in, sparks will fly and ignite the fuse like dynamite. We are exploding colors that shining, purple and green and red in the sky. Love is unfolding before our eyes and lighting the way ahead. Firefly. This is a memory in our minds, and we will never forget. You and I. We are the love and we are the night. We are dynamite. First love with a reason. Darling, hold my hand and take my heart. Say you love once more with a feeling, and kiss me slow in the back of the car. I drop my guard, let you in. This love is ours, it's everything, and we both know it's simple stuff. We are in love, we are enough. Sleeping in on Monday morning, I am lying next to you. And darling, if we fall in, sparks will fly and ignite the fuse.
Dynamite.
Like dynamite. We are.
If you want to get your Serious Jocking shout out on, it's Serious Jocking at bbc.co.uk. Serious Jocking, all one word, and no G at the end of Jocking, like as if you didn't know. Or you can text us 88291 or tweet us at BBC Radio 2 using the hashtag Serious Jocking. It's about 16 minutes away in the Showbiz cuts. Shia LaBeouf and Dakota Fanning. There's Sport with Betty. There's also Mike coming up with news. There's Tim, there's Bobby, and at 4:15, Serious Jocking. This is Radio 2 on the BBC Sounds app, on digital radio, and on 88 to 91 FM.
News at 4 o'clock. This is Mike Powell. Engineers, the emergency services and the RAF are at a critical stage of their operation to stop a dam bursting in Derbyshire. More than 1,000 people have been moved away from the town below Whaley Bridge, but hundreds of homes are still at risk. The Prime Minister has ordered an emergency committee meeting. Sir John Armitt, the chair of the National Infrastructure Commission, says such incidents are increasing and the government needs to react.
When it comes to flood, which is probably one of the most traumatic events which can happen to anybody, and you can only feel for the people in Whaley Bridge today, as we've seen elsewhere in the country in recent years. There we've recommended to the government that we try and adopt a national standard of risk, which is a higher level of risk which we have to manage and accept.
A woman who murdered her 2 daughters after they got in the way of her social life has been jailed for life. Louise Porton from Rugby was found guilty of killing 3-year-old daughter Lexi Draper and 17-month-old daughter Scarlett Vaughan. The judge at Birmingham Crown Court recommended that Porton serve at least 32 years in prison. The Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn has rejected suggestions that the Liberal Democrat victory in the Brecon and Radnorshire by-election was a significant loss for his party. Labour came 4th after the Brexit Party, but Mr Corbyn insisted the result said more about voters' view of the Conservatives.
I think that a lot of voters were determined to get rid of the Conservative, and that's what they voted accordingly. So we were squeezed, but it is a place we have not held for a very long time. The area has changed a great deal.
Police in Madagascar have cast doubt on claims about the death of a British student who fell out of a light aircraft. Officers said that Alana Cutland threw herself from the plane after a struggle, but they've dismissed suggestions her death had anything to do with anti-malarial drugs. Customs officers have found the largest haul of cocaine ever seized in Germany. It was discovered coming in from Uruguay. The authorities say it shows South American cartels smuggling drugs into Europe are becoming bolder. Here's our Berlin correspondent Jenny Hill.
The shipping container, which was on its way to Antwerp from Uruguay, was supposed to contain soybeans. Instead, suspicious customs officers in Hamburg cracked it open and found the largest hoard of cocaine ever seized in Germany. 4.5 tons of the drug, with an estimated street value of nearly £1 billion, had been packed into more than 200 sports bags. The German authorities kept the find a secret at first and destroyed the cocaine. 2 weeks later, they're keen to publicise their work, saying that the discovery reflects their growing ability to interrupt international drug smuggling.
Cricket, and a few moments ago, England were on 170 for 2 in their first innings in the first Ashes test at Edgbaston in reply to Australia's 284. BBC News at 4:03. Our next at 5.
Thank you, Mike. Sport now, Betty Glover.
Yep, staying with cricket, Mark Wood will miss the rest of the Ashes series. He's got to have surgery on his left knee. To football, Manchester United have reached an agreement to sign Harry Maguire from Leicester for £80 million. That's a world record transfer fee for a defender. Meanwhile, referee Stephanie Frappart will make history on the 14th of August. She will become the first woman to ref a major men's European match when she'll take charge of the UEFA Super Cup final between Liverpool and Chelsea. The unified world heavyweight champion Andy Ruiz Jr. says his rematch with Anthony Joshua will not happen in the UK. Cardiff's Principality Stadium was the front-runner to host the fight in December. And at the Women's British Open Golf, England's Bronte Law is 1 shot off the lead after carding a second round of 67. Charlie Hull is 2 shots behind.
Thank you.
My love, my lover, 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 I'm in paradise whenever I'm with you. My mind, my mind, well, it's a paradise whenever I'm with you. Ride on, well, I will ride on down the road, I will find you, I will hold you, I'll be there. It's long, well, it's a mighty long road, but I'll find you, I will hold you and I'll be there. I know you heard it it from those other boys, but this time it's real. It's something that I feel it. I know you heard it from those other boys, but this time it's real. It's something that I feel it. If it feels like paradise running through your bloody veins, you know it's love heading your way. If it feels like paradise running through your bloody veins, you know it's love heading your way. My time, my time, well it's a never-ending helter-skelter. We'll be out whatever the weather. My heart, my boom boom heart, it's a beat and it's a thumping and I'm alive. I know you heard it from those other boys, but this time it's real. It's something that I feel it. I know you heard it from those other boys, but this time it's real. It's something that I feel it. If it feels like paradise running through your bloody veins, you know it's love heading your way. If it feels like paradise running through your bloody veins, you know it's love heading your way. Paradise, roll on, roll on. Meet me there, roll on, roll on. Paradise, roll on, roll on. Meet me there, roll on, roll on. Paradise, roll on, roll on. Meet me there, roll on, roll on. Paradise, roll on, roll on. Meet me there, roll on, roll on. Paradise, roll on, roll on. Meet me there, roll on, roll on. Paradise, roll on, roll on. Meet me there, roll on, roll on. If it feels like paradise running through your bloody veins, you know it's love heading your way. If it feels like paradise running through your bloody veins, you know it's love heading your way. I know you heard it from those other boys, but this time it's real. It's something that I feel it. I know you heard it from those other boys, but this time it's real. It's something that I feel it. If it feels like paradise running through your bloody veins, you know it's love heading your way. If it feels like paradise running through your bloody veins, you know it's love heading your way. If it feels like paradise running through your bloody veins, you know it's love.
George Ezra, Paradise.
If it feels like
Let's have a look. It's 8 after 4.
it's love heading your way.
And it was the premiere in Los Angeles of The Peanut Butter Falcon. It's about a young boy with Down syndrome called Zach, played by Zach Gottsagen, who runs away to fulfill his dream of becoming a professional wrestler. Shia LaBeouf plays Tyler, who helps Zach on his journey, and Shia was full of praise for the real Zach.
He's some kind of guardian to me. He's been a pillar in my life. Kept me afloat, you know, still keeps me afloat, gives me a bunch of advice. He's 1 year older than me. He's like an older brother that way. He gives me good advice. And he's an incredible actor. Yeah, my whole performance is this man, period.
Dakota Johnson's also in The Peanut Butter Falcon, and she learned a lot from Zach while making the film.
When I went to make the film, I was in kind of a tricky place in my life, and he just totally exploded me out of a weird darkness, and his ability to see the bigger picture and to see the good in every single person and to be so at peace with his life and himself and everyone around him that's the answer to everything, I think.
BBC Radio 2 in the United Kingdom.
You think country music and you think of the style of it. What's really happening is you're being communicated with.
Throughout July, some of Nashville's biggest stars took over BBC Radio 2 for a special month of country. Christian Bush.
Playing you some of the best country music on the planet.
Carrie Underwood.
I'm going to be playing some of my favorite country music.
Little Big Town.
Songs from our friends, from our influences.
Trisha Yearwood.
I've always listened to songs and recorded them because I liked them and they spoke to me.
Hear all the episodes by downloading the BBC Sounds app.
Thank you.
Steve Wright in the afternoon on BBC Radio 2.
This black hole swallowed me whole. Was down among the dead men. Never felt so low. But I didn't quit. Abandon ship. So if you feel you're in the deep end, just remember this. If you cry, 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 it's a losing game. Somehow you've gotta just hold on. If you try, 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 the devil you will shame. 'Cause what doesn't kill you makes you strong. Don't be afraid to dance in the flames. No matter what the odds are, be a little brave, my brother, sister. When life it don't deliver, stay strong. Even when your heart just wants to break. 'Cause if you cry, 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 then it's a losing game. Somehow you've gotta just hold on. If you try, 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 the devil you will shame. 'Cause what doesn't kill you makes you strong. Just hold on. If you try, 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 the devil you will shame. 'Cause what doesn't kill you makes you strong. Makes you strong.
Is not Michael Bublé.
They're the brothers who took the pop world by storm. I'm Kate Thornton, and this Saturday I'll be chatting to the boys from Bros.
We caused mayhem, the Brosmania. It was part of pop culture.
From where they began to what happened when the screaming stopped.
I knew full well that I was heading towards victim status, and I thought, I gotta make a move here. And I thought, I'm out. When we come back again, we create another bit of pop culture.
Bros, continuing with part 2, Saturday night from 9
Smashing.
on BBC Radio 2.
Thank you very much. Now here's the Bobster.
Thank you, Steve. First of all, to the M606 in West Yorkshire, closed still both ways with this accident between 2 and 1. So Euroway Trading Estate and the M62. So that's still completely shut. That has having a huge effect, especially on the M62 at Chamber. You've got queues both ways. Now, to the A55, the North Wales Expressway westbound, it has all reopened at 24 for Abergele, but it's still really slow. And it's slow eastbound, although it wasn't on the eastbound side. To the M6, the northbound accident at 18 for Holmes Chapel has gone. It's a little bit slow through there, but it's not too bad. Then on the M6 northbound at 41, Catalan to Carlisle South at 42, got a breakdown, so it's a little bit slow on the approach, but not too bad. And to Birmingham, the M6 northbound at 6 to 7, past Spaghetti Junction, another breakdown there is causing queues. Humberstone, A47, closed completely. Accident between Edward Street and Vulcan Road. The latest on the M25, expect big queues if you're heading between, this is both ways, 9 to 16 for the M40, across the to top, patchy stop-start, 22 to 25. The biggest queue, really, is into the Dartford tunnels. It's queuing back almost to 4 at Orpington. Then the latest on the M3. Now, there was this southbound accident. All lanes are open 4 to 4A following the overturned lorry, but you've got an 8-mile queue behind it, so it's still going to be slow. And to the M5, this is both ways. We've got queues between Weston-super-Mare and Bristol southbound. It's taken an hour and a half. And then we've got problems for the A31. Still closed between the A349 at the Merley roundabout and Canford Bottom. And some news about the A303. Blocked completely. Accident at the A350 through to Fonthill Bishops. That's both directions. Another one, 40 minutes.
Oi, Righty, you ready with that pseudonym? It's DJ Silly Boy.
That's right, yes I am.
Have you got your DJ full mic or slip mats to cue up the records properly?
Yes, I do.
Have you got your wireless Bluetooth noise-cancelling headphones?
Yes, I do.
Oh, and I see you've got a gold-plated headphone jack there.
No, it's just the way I'm sitting.
All right, Silly Boy, I think you're set. Get that baseball cap on back to front, get them bangers out of that DJ box, and take it from here. Let's start the weekend.
Stand by for Serious Jocking. It starts now.
Serious Jocking.
It's after 4:15, and yes, this is Serious Jocking with me, DJ Silly Boy. The weekend has started. Let's get those bangers on.
My life was a cage, but on stage I'm free. Hyped up, psyched up, ready for wildin'. Standing in a crowd of girls like an island. I see the one I wanna sit. Come here, cutie. I flip her around and then I work that booty. Work the body, work the body. Slow down, girl, you're about to hurt somebody. Hold up, yo, let's get just one thing clear. There's only one reason why I came here. You women don't want me to tell you what's up. You women don't want me to tell you what's up. You women don't want me to tell you what's up. I came here tonight to hear the crowd go. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Tick, 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 boom. Well, yo, are y'all ready for me yet? Pump it up, Prince. Well, yo, are y'all ready for me yet? Pump it up, Prince. Well, yo, are y'all ready for me yet? Pump it up.
We're ready.
Well, here I go. Here I go. Yo, dance in the aisles when the Prince steps to it. The rhyme is a football, y'all, and I went and threw it out in the crowd, and yo, it was a good throw. How do I know?